Rando fucking trying to call me out. Like, I said I would stream 1 hour ago. I said I would stream in about an hour.
Just like, shut up.
Actually, you fucking... What the fuck was that noise? It's time for some... Ducky ducky. My heart's pounding, you know? Like, fucking eat my asshole. What do you mean games and demos? That's not true. It's fucking Doki Doki Literature Club. We'll do...
What are you? You're undefeatable and you're Venom.
Alright.
How does that work?
There we go. Alright.
Okay.
This game is not suitable.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, hair in my mouth. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. The fuck? How'd that happen? This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Fuck you. I was not 5 minutes late to stream, Rando. I said I would stream in around 1 hour. That's what the little tilde means. The tilde 1 hour means around an hour, not exactly an hour. So, I mean, I wasn't wrong. It was just a little bit more than an hour.
Kill me. She killed me.
She can kill you. She killed you. Would you like to review detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. I know what happens in this game a little bit, but I've never played this game or watched anybody playing this game. I've just heard about this game through the grapevine, basically. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Wow! Da-da-da-da, I can be with you. I love this song. DJ, bunk that shit. Do-do-do. Alright. Text speed, auto forward time, dialogue box side, enable content warnings. Nah. Okay. Not a lot of settings in this game. Please enter my name. Well, we got the classic Aztec. Hey! I see an annoying... I heard there's a crazy bitch in this game. There's several crazy bitches in this game. There's at least 2 crazy bitches in this game, as far as I'm aware. And then there's, like, some really sad bitches in this game, too. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Yeah, that's a good idea. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk to let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, really only because I decided to stop and wait for you, you cuck! You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Aztec. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me, after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. I would also bolt away at the speed of sound, and then I would laugh. And you would hear my laughter like the canned laughter of a dead audience from the 70s. Fun fact. Did you know that most canned laughter used in modern, sitcoms is made almost entirely out of the laughs of dead people? Like, the people who made those laugh tracks, they're not alive anymore. They're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I am also deathly afraid of women as well, man. Rando, don't worry. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Imagine dying. Couldn't be me. I died in the 60s. That was a long time ago. By the way, Aztec, have you decided on the club to join yet? A club? I told you
I heard
already.
the SS is pretty good.
I'm really not... Shut the fuck up. Chat, new Aztec lore? Yeah. I told you already. I am really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Why is that accurate? Why is what accurate, Rando? Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's yapping on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free times on games and anime. The fact that you're not interested in joining any clubs. Oh no, I did join clubs. What are you talking about? I was a very outgoing child in high school. I wasn't. But I did join several clubs.
I was very outgoing in high school, as if that was like 2 years ago.
That was almost a year ago now.
It's almost been a year, yeah, but it hasn't. I'm still the young and spry bird I used to be.
I'm not joining your cult, Rando, because I have a standing policy since the 80s. No cults. After Heaven's Gate, I mean, it was just not worth it.
After Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, you know that time they all drank the Kool-Aid? It was mostly Powerade. I was off in the bathroom whenever they all took their drinks, and then I come back and there's just a fucking pile of dead bodies. I mean, I wasn't gonna take a drink anymore after that. I was like, what the fuck? I'm leaving! And then I go look for my buddy Jeffrey who came in there with me, and what do I know? I see him laid up underneath 3 fat guys. And I go, oh, Jeffrey. I laugh and I leave him there.
That's so Raven.
Fuck, I haven't watched That's So Raven in so long. Oh my god. That's such an old show.
Core memories.
I loved that show as a kid. Fuck. That show is so old now. I wonder how Miss Raven's doing nowadays. I don't even remember her, like, actual full name. Is she?
I don't know. But I feel like most people die, so...
Hang on, I'm actually gonna look this up because now I'm really concerned. That's So Raven now. Raven Simone, who played the teen psychic on the Disney Channel show That's So Raven, is currently working on several projects, producing Alice in the Palace, hosting Scrabble on the CW, co-hosting The View, and appearing on Blackish. Oh, so her career's failed. That sucks. I'm kidding. Well, I mean, sort of. She's on The View, which is fucking pathetic.
No, which is upsetting.
So I already read that. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I know how to fucking socialize.
You're gonna be a NEET.
What am I doing right now, Sayori? That's right, socializing, you bitch. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Wow, you care more about me than my own friends do. Swag. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. There you go. I would also pass away if I became a NEET. You trust me, right?
Unarmed and peaceful.
Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright.
Unarmed and
Alright.
peaceful.
I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
No
yeah,
promises.
I guess I'll promise you that.
I don't make promises because I just break them.
Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl?
I hate how brain dead Iron Fist is.
I hate how brain dead I am. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about me so much makes me want to use her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The music is fucking bumping, by the way. If I could have this shit as my life's theme songs...
I'd kill myself within the hour. I love this. Don't get me wrong, I love the music from DDLC, but if I had to listen to that on repeat for the rest of my life, I think I'd rather die.
Imagine every time you talk to me, you just hear this shit in the background. I'd be fucking bumping it. Raise the roof. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of
Me
motivation.
when I'm pissing. It's over.
Please,
before I
brain,
know.
may I have just a smidge of serotonin? Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Don't. Do you want to be a fucking weirdo, loser, Aztec?
If you wanna succeed in life, do not join the anime club.
Hello?
This is a threat.
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Dude, we should join the Mile High Club.
He ate my shot!
Guys, we should join the Mile High Club. Think about it.
It's the club of us people who just fuck in the sky.
No, it's
We
the
think
club
we're
of...
cool, but really we're just a nuisance.
It's a reference to... Who would you smash? I wouldn't smash, Rando. My dick don't work. I got erectile dysfunction. It's not true, by the way. Just going on air, that's a bit. I do not have erectile dysfunction. I do not take Viagra or any other supplements like Ozempic. I don't think Ozempic actually does anything for that. I don't know. I hate
how long Bucky's ult lasts after he's gotten the again. It's like fucking...
It's 7 seconds. But yeah.
I know, but it's just silence. You're like, oh, is he done? And then all of a sudden, okay.
He dick no work. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the... I already fucking read that. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
Oh, I'm dumb, guys.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club.
You don't need to
I
wake
thought
up
you might need
from
some
Pluto.
encouragement, so I
Pluto's
thought...
a planet,
You
Joe.
know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sorry. Yeah? There is no fucking way I'm going to your club. Your lame-ass, stupid-ass
watching my
fucking
teammates get
club.
kidnapped by
I am
Winter
not
Soldier.
joining a literature club. Go fuck yourself, Sayori.
I'd join a literature club.
I would join a literature club in real life, though. Like, actually, I love reading. So recently I actually started this new-ish. It's not even new. I recently began reading this novel called Draka on Royal Road. It got the first volume published recently on Amazon, which is cool. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool. I love reading. I need to find a version of War and Peace and read it, because I haven't been able to find a book of it, and I want to read the physical version, not like a digital. I'd rather read the physical War and Peace. I started it. I read like half of it in the military, and then I ran out of time, so I didn't finish it. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the literature club.
Between people's armpits.
Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Yeah, she seems a bit too spacey to be interested.
Not that I even knew she'd know how to read.
In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Not mine. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't fucking keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long, suffering sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! If you heard a person make that sigh, you would not think they had any actual interest. You would know that it was purely pity.
If someone emphasizes their sigh, I kill him. Just kill him on the spot.
So, like, if somebody sighs so long and hard that they start going... I understand they don't want me around. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I wouldn't do that. I don't like cupcakes. I like cheesecake, though. If you told me there was cheesecake, I'd be gone. I'd be there before you could even finish saying the word cake. I'd hear cheesecake, and I'd be there instantly.
Okay, that fucking. What did I do to piss you off, Spider-Man?
I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I
marks
rarely
the day I
visit.
sold my soul for a cupcake.
I already read that, swag. Good fucking lord.
I love
Sayori,
that line.
full of energy, swings open the
Would you
classroom
sell
door.
your soul for a cupcake?
No, I already said I wouldn't. God,
How
we're not
about
having
now?
the same conversation. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, do not fucking call me a new member. Right, I can be with you. I don't know the words to the version of the song with lyrics. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Aztec, what a surprise! Nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Do I fucking know you? All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I would not describe that gremlin in the middle as cute, but go off, King.
The fuck is the gremlin?
Natsuki, I think.
Hey. That's the best character right there now.
I'm sorry, you've got Monika on the left, Yuri on the right, and then Natsuki, I think, is the last girl's name. I know Sayori and Monika's names for sure, but I think Yuri is the purple-haired girl, right, Swag?
Yeah.
I'm fucking so good at this shit. God.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki. Huh. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student.
Shots. I'm scared.
She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. I think it would be better if Hulk gave Cloak back shots, but, you know, that's just what I think.
Widow?
What?
Someone in the comments. I'm gonna kill
Somebody in the
myself.
comments section of your game. Can you imagine if it was called a comments section and not a fucking chat?
Sometimes my brain doesn't work effectively, alright?
You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
How the fuck are you failing to kill me, Bucky?
Easy. You are small and hard to shoot with a projectile.
He was in my face!
Okay, well then he's just an idiot. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki.
DPS though. Unironically, yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Aztec. Monika smiles sweetly. I have no idea who this bitch is. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika is probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league.
How the fuck did this happen?
So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, You too, Monika. Come, sit down, Aztec. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. That's the correct option. You do not sit next to You don't sit next to somebody unless they're the person who brought you to this hell. And the joke, and the funny thing is that this is gonna turn into hell. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Oh, okay. Are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats.
Oh, this is a Bucky with a fucking...
Why does she have like that little fang? Natsuki scares me. Just a little. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. I just don't fucking care about the cupcakes. I don't care about the cupcakes.
So cute!
Fuck, Spider-Man, get the
I
fuck
had no
away
idea
from
you
me.
were so good at baking, Natsuki.
QP. We don't
Well,
get a
you
healer, I
know.
guess. We don't.
Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayuri grabs my fursuit.
What? No! How did you find it?
No, you're just wearing it. How'd you find it?
I like to imagine I have an
better
inflatable
if you did it
fursuit that
now.
I've just like uninflated and shoved into my pocket. Could you imagine if you could fucking uninflate a fursuit and then just like pull it out, rip out one of the fucking rip ties and just fully inflate it and you just put it on? That would be horrifying.
What even is an Obama?
What? 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 What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is your problem, guy? Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. You nasty bitch. Where's a fucking napkin? Why do none of you people
Lick it
have
off her
napkins?
face. Just grab her face and lick her
What?
face. That's how you get arrested right there. You see someone with fucking food on their face, you grab their face and lick them.
Somebody fucking hand her a napkin, please. She is sickening me. Close your fucking mouth. Whore. I turned the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet.
Is life, you know, maybe life is like a hurricane.
Here in Duckville. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance. Who the fuck rearranged one of my Goosebumps books so that the bigger book is not in the fucking edge
We
of the
have
books?
no healers, they have 2, or better.
That's gonna piss me off. I'm not gonna fix it because I can't. That bookshelf is so jam-packed full that I don't know if I can pull it out and put it back in.
Does that give her iframes?
I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Or she probably, looking at that, she probably bought it. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Are you a tsundere? Is that what we're dealing with? I'll kill you. I want you to understand that. I know Monica's like the big bad evil guy in this situation, but I personally will kill you. You feel me? Are we on the same page? Like, I'll kill you.
Made them for you or anything?
Eh? I thought you technically did? Sayori said.
Well, maybe. But not for you. You know, you dummy.
I'll write. I'll write.
No,
I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. What kind of tea is it? Please say jasmine, or ginseng, or the chamomile, or mint, or honey lemon. If you say saffron, I'm gonna be so fucking terrified, because how do you have that much money? You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't
worry,
hot
if you
cup
say
of
anything,
tea
I'll
help you
kill
enjoy
you.
a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
We need one more DPS.
Insulted.
They're so right.
Yuri looks away. I don't know if insulted is the right way to put it, but sure. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Why do you know so much about tea? Are you British or something? No, I'm not British. I just really like tea.
I'm better.
I once had the opportunity, and then did so, to buy a $100 brick of tea leaves, like green tea. And I fucking loved it. And I'm gonna do it again at some point soon, in the near future. You buy the tea bags, the empty ones, and you buy the, you buy a brick of green tea leaves. You, like, chip off a little bit of the green tea leaves, you wrap it in the bag, you tie it with a fucking string, you put it in your tea... Ugh. Excuse me. You put it in your tea, you put it in your hot water, like the tea bag you made in your hot water. You do it at 100 degrees Celsius, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit, for... How long again is it? Why can't I remember? 6 minutes. For 6 minutes. And then you take it out. You stir in your honey and your sugar, or if you don't want sugar, you don't have to. You can just use honey. And that's it. If you do it any longer than 6 minutes, it'll oversteep. If you do it any less than 6 minutes, it'll be sweeter. I just like it at the 6 minute mark because then it's a little bit bitter because the tannins start to go into the tea and it makes it very, very strong. But if you like it with a lot less bitterness, you can always do it less time. Because, I mean, tea is just cooking. You're just cooking the stuff in hot water. That's it. I love tea. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So what made you consider the literature club?
I didn't.
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy to be here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Why am I making her British? Stop that, Aztec, you piece of shit.
She has green
We'll
eyes.
make sure you feel right at home,
That's
okay?
British.
As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah!
Yeah! We'll do our best.
You know it!
I got the wrong voice for... I got Natsuki's voice for Sayori for a moment. That was fucking... Hey, it's all four of them. Get the fuck out of my face. Such different girls are interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Aztec, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Oh, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke of that thing after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Who does that? Why would you do that? That's so dumb. You're getting the oils of your finger on there. You can change the fucking flavor of the profile of the tea. Why would you fucking do that? You psycho!
My favorites are usually novels that go deep in complex fantasy worlds.
You must fucking love Tolkien. If you've ever read Tolkien and you didn't understand anything, you should read the Bible he made for it called the Silmarillion. That's lore.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in.
I hate missing someone with the kick just because they're a centimeter away from me. Because its range is a lot shorter than it looks.
Not really.
No, it is. It fully is.
No, it's pretty much exactly how it looks.
Brother, I've missed a Spider-Man who was he was kissing my face. And I missed. I swung in front of me. This has happened multiple times.
I think you're just bad. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well.
Oh! Psychological elements, huh? That sounds like a thing for Dr. Evil. I fucking did not like the Austin Powers movies. They were... Ugh. They had some really funny moments, but then the rest of the movie was just so... Ugh.
Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what.
You don't what, Swag? Finish the statement.
I'm gonna come.
Please. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! Give that back!
Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. I don't really think she's cute. Again, she's just kind of gremlin energy. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. What do you care?
I think that's pretty fucking impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Not really. Actually, it takes literally just confidence. That's literally all it takes. I don't... What? The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bonds of the club. Isn't that right, Aztec? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sire may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. They're all about to fucking violently hurt me.
As they should.
Yeah, I deserve it. I mean, look at me. Ugh. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Aztec...
Took the cupcakes and left!
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, I won't pay it. You can fuck off. I'm leaving. And Sayori, go fuck yourself. Stop following me.
I missed!
Alright. Okay. I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed.
That's actually fair, Natsuki. And that makes it official.
I made these.
Welcome to the literature club.
They're a bribe.
Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Aztec, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills?
Anyway.
Why don't you shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player? That's a good episode of SpongeBob. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. What?
As one of my teammates just said in chat, as Hulk sucks. I think you're just bad.
Hey, Aztec, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
I don't want to walk home with you. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. With that, the two of us depart the club room to make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. I'm gonna be honest, I do not feel any level of, joy for any of these people. Yuri, I guess, is the closest to joy, and that's because she does tea, and I like tea. We have something in common. Tea is good. Tea is great.
Tea is good. Tea is great.
Yeah. But, I don't like the gremlin energy I get off of Natsuki, and Monika frankly scares me, because she's the only character who just stares straight forward at me.
Yeah, but it's the best part. Just lock eyes. Win the
No. It's not like she looks at me. It's that she stares straight forward at
I'm aware.
me.
There's a hidden interaction. If you stare at her for an hour, she blinks.
What?
I'm joking.
I sure fucking hope you're joking. That'd be unpleasant.
You can't blink for an entire hour and then she blinks. That's how you get an achievement.
That's frightening. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Unleash her chaos energy in my boy hole. What?
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Essence or afterimage, jumpy, pleasure, disoriented, bouncy, tears, clumsy, skipping, uncontrollable.
Damn.
Huh? I like afterimage. Hopeless, bunny, pain, feather, sunny, milk, vibrant melody, electricity games. Afterimage, pain, chocolate promise, star shape, cute, extreme, infallible, existence, vanilla, flying, nature. I like flying. Dream, nibble, insight, amazing, cry, extraordinary, atone, vacation, analysis, holiday. I like atone. Pink, landscape, contamination, hair, crimson, uncanny, variance, memories, treasure, lipstick. Contamination. Graveyard, sensation, pout, unstable, captive, hope, vertigo, shiny, giggle, lucky. I like unstable. I don't know if it's like that it's Yuri who jumps every time I pick a word, but every time I picked a word, Yuri has done a little jump. The Chibi Yuri. And I don't know if that means that I've been picking the words that Yuri likes, or if that just means that she jumps every time.
That's exactly what that means.
Oh, I'm 6 words in and I haven't fucked up once.
Yeah,
Shocker.
Hers is fairly simple, although whenever you're doing any of those, you'll typically just fuck up and choose a Sayuri word, just because Sayuri's weird. I hope y'all know
Entropy, play, secretive, fluffy, spinning, alone, fickle, wrath, playground headphones. I like alone. Oh, that was Sayuri. Okay. I'm not that worried about it, mind you. Fireflies, adventure, kiss, unending, lollipop, covet, comfort, sticky, doki doki, defeat. Like adventure. Disarray, imagination, rain cloud, anxiety, dance, philosophy, ocean, embrace, dark, and boop. Ocean. Disown, bliss, melancholy, disaster, horror, lust. Whistle, warm, incongruent, pure. I like melancholy. Puppy, silly, party, poof, whirlwind, journey, hop, ambient, heartbeat, misery. Like ambient, actually. That's a good one. Beauty, climax, flee, sunset, daydream, smile, dazzle, love, socks, papa. I think climax works. It's like the follow-up to everything. Aura, vivacious, jump, friends, scar, anime, vivid, portrait, agonizing candy. By the way, just in case anyone was concerned, I do know what every single word has meant so far. Vivacious is like vivacity. Vivacity? I don't know how to say that word. Basically just like, what it means to be alive. What's the word I'm looking for? The act of living is vivacity. Like, the thing that defines the difference between a living thing and a dead thing is vivacity, if that makes sense. Anyways, I like vivid, breathe, meager, depression, effulgent, fear, romance, unrequited, bubbles, cheeks, shame. Effulgent is like, obviously I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly certain effulgent means like whole, complete. I do like effulgent. Skirt, awesome, fun, waterfall, frightening, time, judgment, question, joy, sweet.
Means?
Time is always a good one. Fantasy, peace, special, forgive, excitement, massacre, rose, raindrops, cage, fireworks.
My whole team, so I panicked.
I like cage. I feel like cage matches together with the rest of the poems so far. Did we actually get a poem based on the words we chose, Swag?
You don't know. You never get to read your poem.
That's very
your poem's
disappointing.
Strictly just a thing that, you know.
That's actually very
which CG
disappointing.
you get with which character, and that's literally it.
I would have liked to actually get a poem. Together, prayer, laugh, universe, lazy, Valentine, sadness, colors, shopping, fester. I like fester, that's a good one. Vitality, kawaii, empty, childhood, kitty, wonderful, twirl, heaven sent, heart, and happiness. I like heart. Nightgown, blanket, unrestrained, sing, whisper, misfortune, swimsuit, email, precious, intellectual.
I can't hit a shot to save my life.
I like unrestrained.
What even is this?
Sugar, suicide, flower, infinite, tragedy, anger, explode, eternity, passion, clouds. We're going to do infinite. I am going to potentially go back and take all those words that I chose at some point and fucking use them to make my own poem, because that would be fun.
There are words that you choose that give their own like little images inside the gallery. I'm fairly certain.
Cool.
Doki Doki, forget the other ones. I did speedrun that game at one point. Not really by choice, but I did do it.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Hi again, Aztec. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Aztec. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sawyer told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
I'm okay with not seeing the end of it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to be at the end of things. That doesn't sound fun. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Aztec always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sorry, that's because your room is so fucking messy, it distracts me. And you almost set your house on fire once. God damn it, Sayori.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Aztec can become good friends, too.
Yeah, there's not much I could do there.
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, you even brought you something today, you know?
Oh, wait, Sayori. Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry I made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
Guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what. Second of all, I don't fucking care if you don't have anything either. Because again, I wasn't expecting shit. Nice thought, but don't fucking worry about it. Cuck.
Is that so?
Yeah, I don't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be.
All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I
Yeah,
didn't
there
want
wasn't
you to
much
feel
I
left
could do
out,
there, huh?
so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I really wanted to know what book she gave me. I would have loved to fucking find a book to read next. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense inspection, like she was waiting for this chance.
Damn.
Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Ask questions.
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. I feel like that's not the right word choice, but I can't tell you what word you should choose. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. What book is that?
Fucking.
More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Yeah, I did really
Just
bad. this
curious, how come you have
match.
2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see.
Okay.
Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I'm gonna let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes her book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Thank you! I fucking send a note to myself. Let's see. Notes. Read Portrait of Markov. Alright. Or maybe not read is the right word to use, but check out is what I should have said. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. That sounds pretty fucking hard, though. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Aztec? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to get completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I guess. I'm rambling, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, hang on. Sorry, that was the VA office. I'm going to have to end stream soon because I'm going to have a call with them in a bit. So we'll make it to the hour mark and then we'll end stream. Yikes. I slip into the seat next to Yuri.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, yeah, it sucks that I gotta end stream. I was originally gonna try and finish the game in 2 sittings. I'm gonna do probably 3 now. But, I fucking kinda important that I talk to the Veterans Office because, you know, I have shit that I need from them.
It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something that I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or something.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Oh, she was watching over my shoulder.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Hey, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book a little more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefingers. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Don't be a horn dog, Aztec. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
To turn the page.
Spaghetti.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
so fucking slow.
I do not read slow. I read at a fucking blistering pace. I never actually got it counted.
A blistering pace of one purd per minute.
I read at a pace of about 2 pages a minute. Which, depending on the font size. Depending on the font size, depending on the book, it can obviously vary a lot. I read somewhere in the range of 100 to 200 words a minute.
4 pages a minute. Granted, they're picture books, but...
I read somewhere in the realm of like 1 to 200 words per minute. I read very quickly.
Is a comic book a picture book?
Yes and no.
Yes.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb.
Yeah,
Hey, Yuri.
That's how flipping a
Be a
page
silly
works.
but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment. But Aztec, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying so suddenly? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm probably going to end stream after we share the poems, because that seems like good places I need to end it. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
I'm having the hardest time hitting anything right now.
Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. Be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. And in that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On their other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Probably Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all.
This is a good poem, Aztec. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course it is. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I mean, maybe.
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me.
No, you're the
But to
type
be
of guy who
honest, I was
chirps
afraid you wouldn't take it seriously. That you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. Just that you wrote one. Reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Aztec. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm going to make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed,
Oh, shit.
making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Honestly, fair. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
I guess there is no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Yeah, Randall, the poem was not very good. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's share with Yuri. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional. Exceptional.
Yeah, what was that?
Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering up her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Welcome to perspective.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. You just told me exceptional! Bitch! Fuck, I accidentally... How do I... there we go. Once Yuri finds her train... Yeah, her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. Also, that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's goddamn cursive.
I love
Ghost
it.
under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm having a hard time reading that because it's cursive and I can't fucking read cursive very well.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Bitch, you have great handwriting. It's just cursive. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's
Your
a
handwriting
relief.
is fucking ugly.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it.
I'll be honest.
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Aztec.
Really? Must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets also often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours is impressive, too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Aztec.
Me too.
I hate you.
Let's go with Monica, because I still don't really care for Natsuki.
Hi, Aztec. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Aztec. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Aztec. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. We did use a lot of oceanic imagery, so that's a very funny pun. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who uses simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Yeah, Monica's got a lot to say. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be just a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Oh, because you could just see me through the map. That's why.
Aha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. I sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. I know Monica can, break the fourth wall and stuff. I just imagine her hearing Twitch chat and what you're saying. That'd be funny as hell if you just had Monica show up in Twitch chat and just, rail against you. Fucking, you ugly bitch. Fuck you. Alright. Oh, God. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That's cool foreshadowing. I already know, the idea that Monica's, fourth wall bullshit. But that's really cool foreshadowing. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
Okay, why?
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one?
I'm really sorry.
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it.
Not side story. It's one of the weird poems you get is actually a continuation of, Monica's second poem. I don't remember.
Neat. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a little bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That's good writing advice. Because 90% of writing is just fucking putting words to paper. So, once you get there, you've started. ... question mark.
Aztec, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this?
3 good votes and just you being an ass. I'd fucking think so, Natsuki.
You think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. It's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. I'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid.
Oh, Jesus fuck, okay. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I do not like your poem.
Of course.
That might actually
Anyway.
be the worst poem we've read out of the bunch.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
Like it?
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? I don't like it, Aztec. Why are you talking for me?
Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff.
I don't think it has to be sophisticated. I just think it has to
Iron Fist moment.
flow a little bit. And those words don't have any... There's no flow to it.
So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem.
Man, she murdered that poem. Yeah, there you go.
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing... Oh, sorry.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. And I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Whew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room, and that was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up for theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. Happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem
Fuck
to the
is
desk
this
with
man
one hand.
doing?
I guess you could say it's
Why
fancy.
Namor?
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Ugh. You have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Aztec did too. So based on that, I'll happily give some suggestions of my own.
Fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you, Natsuki.
First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something that's particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Aztec liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
So are you, bitch.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Aztec appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Aztec started showing up.
Natsuki, are you challenging me? What the fuck, by the way? Natsuki, what are you talking about?
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Aztec, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective.
Man, shut the fuck up, Monica. We all know you don't care. Get out of here.
And this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out.
I feel like I've read a song. I've listened to a song that said something very similar to that. But, you know, I'm not going to say anything because I can't remember which song in particular. It was a Crywank song, so, you know.
Folk punk, sad. It's not gonna go well.
Help me explain that to her, Aztec.
Wait. There's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Aztec?
Well...
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with will probably think more highly of me, so that's...
You can't hurt me.
Of course that's going to be... Help me,
Only
Sayori!
God and the devil can hurt me.
I am going to ask Sayori to get me out of here. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her.
Your
Sayori!
expression always shoot the messenger. I have.
Yeah, everyone's fighting me is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Aztec? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop!
Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings in just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, except for me. So why are we fighting?
Because...
Well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that, and Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Why are we fixated on that, folks?
Big and beautiful.
Sayori? Sayori stands triumphantly.
Small.
Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. You just fucking flashbanged everyone, Sayori. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her getting herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Aztec, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Aztec, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It really has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Neryu and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just want your opinion is all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
No, Aztec, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometime. Yeah, you're using her as a rubber ducky.
There ain't no
Okay.
way Loki only likes
Yeah,
himself.
let's do this. And that's where we're going to end stream for today.
There is no way. There's only 2 people who've liked anyone on my team, and they're both just liking the Loki.
Thank you for tuning in. I've got to make a
thank you
call
for
to some
turning in.
fucking important people in my life because they have my fucking social security number and a lot of information about me. I'll be seeing y'all.